Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, July 31st, and I'm just finishing up a few of the cards from yesterday's Strips Down Saturday. It was a fun installation to record the 3 videos, but I wanted to do a little follow-up on some of the stuff I'd done. So I was talking to you in the one video about how it's much easier to do it when you have not the angled lines. So I've started this card, and I'm showing you what I mean by that. So on this, I am taking my next strip. Let me go ahead and get another strip here. You want to make sure it's longer than your next piece. So let's take a solid green. How about that? So I started, and you're just making it a little bit longer than the next one. So see, on this, here's our flat edge. So I'm just going to cut off that piece. Now you're not going to be exact on this, and I understand that some people want to have a perfect card. You're never going to get a perfect card with me. So with the angles one, you know, am I a little off on some of them? Yes, but that's just the way cards are. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the next one, you're going to butt it up. I still want to say that one for later. So let's go ahead and grab a different one, and we're going to butt this up against there. But we want to make sure it goes past this line here. Past this line. Because I'm going to bring the next one in. Now this one I'm pretty much, I think I'm going to go straight against. That's not going to work. Probably should. Oh. Is that long enough? No, see, that's going to leave. Well, you know, I'm going to trim it down anyway. Oh, but that's not long enough there. So let's go ahead and take this, and I'm going to tape that down, and this one is actually going to go to the edge, so I won't have to really snip off that much. So let me go ahead and get that taped down. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of these. Now I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to trim this down just a little bit, because you can see there's a little bit of white that's going to show. Maybe if I have a little bit of a thicker one. Let me see if I have, here's a thicker one. Let's go like that. And since that one I didn't cut off exactly, guess what? I'm just going to go up and go over that. So let's go ahead and put this down. So like I said, when you're using your scraps, you know, you really don't have, you have kind of an idea in your mind what you're going to do, but it's all on the fly, because no 2 scraps are going to be the same. So let me grab one last long one for that. That's really off. This one now, because that'll be off the edge. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Yes, there's a little bit of a gap there. Again, I used to worry about the little things when I made a card. Oh my gosh, my mom, when I was back in Iowa the last time, I was looking at some of the cards I had made her, and I was like, oh, Mom, get rid of that. That's so, that's terrible. That's one of the, and you know what the thing is? We all grow and evolve, and as long as it makes her happy, and that's exactly what she said. She said, well, Roxy, sometimes, she mostly calls me Roxanne, but she says, Roxy, I enjoy the card so much, and that's all that matters, is that when you send the card to someone, that you've given them a little smile, a little sunshine in their day, because you never know what the person on the other receiving end, you never know what they're going through. So if it makes you happy to send the card to them, it probably makes them happy to receive it. All right, so I'm taking off most of that adhesive, because I don't like the adhesive on my snips, and I don't like the adhesive on my cutter. So let's go ahead. These are all going to get thrown away. Oh my gosh, stuck on me. And then I'm going to bring out my trimmer. And I'm just going to, oh, I need to get a little more tape down there. You know what? That's so thin though. Let me grab my glue dots. Grab my glue dot, get my take your pick tool out. And I apologize. I think the other day I called it a take your poke tool. It's a take your pick. I'm going to go ahead and ball that up a little. I'm going to place it right there. Press it down so it's not. Press it down. There you go. All right. Now this I made a full card base length. So this is not, I have a little bit of that extra there. You know what, maybe I'll put a little, you know what, that glue dot's not working, so guess what? Let me throw it away so my dog doesn't eat it. Let me just put a little white glue under there. And hold it for a sec. There we go. Alright, so now if you wanted to, you could trim that up. I still have glue left on there from that glue dot. Alright, so if you want to, you could glue it. And that's, you know what, I make mistakes. I don't sit there and edit my videos a lot. So when I make mistakes, I just go with it because that's the way card making is. Alright, so there you have that. Let me go ahead. Now, I'm just going to put this on another white base. So, normal white base. Score at 4 1/4. So this was 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And let's go ahead and put it down. I see that one's a little over, but we'll get to it with the snips. Because now the majority of it is not adhesive, so I'm not so worried about my snips getting all gummed up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the corner. I like using this as my corner. You know what? Probably going to turn that side down a little bit, so let me do it like this. I'm still a little off. Yes. Like I said, I don't do a lot of editing. You're seeing live stuff here. So there you are. So you see I have a little bit of white showing there. So hopefully, and I'm going to start this in the center. Hopefully this is going to go through all those layers, because now I have like 3 layers on there. Whew. I'm not going to do anything to the top of this because that's where your fold is. You don't want to cut off the fold. And now I'm going to do a little bit off of that side. And we're going to start in the middle here. And there you are. There's how you do the square one. So much fun. So let me show you, and I have a mess over here already. Let me show you some of the other items I completed yesterday off camera. Let me move this over a little bit. So you have that one there. I used a lot of my metallics and did that one version, the double tile, the herringbone tile. So I made those. Also, I made a few braided cards. I think that's called braiding, right? Where you weave in and out. Maybe it's a weave card. So I made some of those. And I made some of these. Now, I got this inspiration because I love watching renovation shows. And on one of these shows I was watching, they did this on the outside of a house with wood. So that's what inspired this one yesterday afternoon as I was doing my strips and doing cards. So let me go ahead and show you how you do that really quickly. I'm just going to show you how to start it. We're not going to complete the card. So here's some of my, these are, I think, 1/2 inch strips. Let me see. Yeah, these are 1/2 inch strips. So the first thing you want to do is take your trusty pencil, get a layer. Now this is a card base, but I'm going to trim it down that 1/4. Now you know what? I'm going to trim it down 1/2 inch. So it's a layer. Now let's see, there's a 1/2 inch there. And then you're going to use, now I know it's hard up here to see this, so I took one of my pieces from the Stamparatus and I did this as a 0. So let's see, let's go. So look, there's your 0 mark, and it's right at, I want to make sure this is straight though. All right, so see, here's your 0 mark here and here. So what I'm going to do is, let me grab out one of my, this is not even a ruler, but it's, I can't get my ruler out, it's stuck. But these were the old perfect layers we used to have. Loved it. So we're going to go ahead, we're just going to do a light line. Don't have to worry because that line's going to get covered up. And then since these strips are all 1/2 inch strips, what you're going to do is you're going to start at the first one. And since it's a 1/2 inch, you're going to put it here and you're going to put a mark at the 1/2 inch. You know, let me make it easier for you to see. We'll do it here. There's your 1/2 inch. So then you're going to make a mark here. And then you're going to go ahead and take your snips and you're going to cut from the corner to that line. That's going to give you that 45-degree angle. And now here on this one, I like, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some tape down the middle line. Let me get out my other mat. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go around the edge. And now you might get stuck on this as you're building your card, but don't worry. So then what I'm going to do is that 45-degree angle, I'm going to go right up to the top and I'm going to cover that line with that 45-degree angle. Now watch, this is the fun part of this. Then I'm going to snip this off, right? And I am going to use my snips even though it is. But now that makes that 45-degree angle on that side. See, look at that. I'm going to push that right up so I don't even see the pencil mark. And that's going to get there. And again, going to go across. All right, so again, here's a 1/2 inch strip. We're going to move it at that 1/2 inch mark. Oh, this is going to, I should have moved my card away. It's going to stick when I move it up. Move right. Going to put that little tick mark right in that channel. Then we're going to cut from the corner to that tick mark. Again, this is not going to be perfect. This is not going to be exact, but it's good enough for me. So then that's going to line right up to, oops, get it to that line. All right, now you can see if I put it right up to that line, there's going to be a little, see how it's not completely on that line? I'm not worried about it. And if I was, what I would do is I would just go back and just take a little more off of that angle. And now look. Now it looks good. All right. Again, cut it off. And that should match up then perfectly to that side. And you just keep going. Here's goes back to this piece. See, now I think this one's going to be, see, since we hit the corner, I'm just going to go this way. But see, now it's too short. So then you would have to remeasure another piece. And you would just keep going. And then you would come on the top, and here, what I like to do here is then I would just go like this. that should then be pretty close to that there. And then you can use these pieces. Use these leftover pieces. Now see, there's going to be a little bit there, but guess what? I think I might trim it down. Let me move it just to the edge of the card. Little tiny piece, but guess what? I'll probably trim it down like I just said. And then here's this. Now if you get a little bit off, guess what? You can layer over that and just go like that. And then if you have a little strip left, you can put that there. But then as you trim it off, and then you're just, like I said, keep building. You would mark this one off at that 1/2 inch. So this one works a little bit better with the longer strips versus the shorter strips, but they all work. I mean, even if, oh, that's not, let me see, it looks like it's more than 1/2 inch. No, it is. And there you are. Just keep going and going. It's so much fun. And then when you get done with the end, now this one I did a little thicker. When you get done with the end, you're going to have that whole effect. This one I did a little bit differently. I did so that it didn't meet up completely. I did a different angle. So then I just put a strip down the middle to go ahead and cover up the little places where it didn't meet. All right, guys, so there's your follow-up to our strips down Saturday. You have that one, and then like I said, you had all of these that were from that other one from yesterday. All right, guys, thanks for spending your Sunday with me. I appreciate all of you viewing. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Tell your friends about my website, and we'll see you again next weekend.